Hey guys, it's Birdie Builds. Welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing a speed build with you guys, and this speed build was built in the world of Sulani. And oh my gosh, I just love this house so much. I could see myself living here when I'm married and I have kids, and it's really beautiful. I'm so happy that I am able to share it with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It is going to be a family home, so I built this for a couple and their two twin daughters. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't try to make this super complex. I did try my best to give it an interesting shape, but it's it's pretty simple. As you can see right here, I'm working on the roof, which I'm not good at. I am terrible at roofs, if I'm being completely honest. I usually just try and opt for a really simple roof, and I'm always so jealous when I see other people do these really complex roofs. It's a talent that I do not possess, but I'm actually very proud of this one. I think it blends into the surrounding world pretty well. It's just 3 gabled roofs, and it's simple but effective in my humble opinion. But here I am looking for wallpaper. I knew that I wanted to use just as much of the island living items that I could because I wanted it to blend in and just be very homogeneous in the environment. Oh, by the way, I am building in the fishing district. I'm not sure. You can see what lot it is on the top left corner. I can't see it right now, but if you would like to download this, that is where this house is meant to be placed. It's one of the starter houses that I just tore down and built on this lot. And guys, it's beautiful. Look at this lot. It's such a beautiful view. I don't even know what else to say about this. I would love to be able to see that out of my back porch all the time, but I don't. But yeah, so the build is actually coming together very quickly. I end up using that very neutral siding kind of plank right there, and then here I am trying to make the deck area all covered in, and I do not like that in the end. I end up changing it, but I leave it for now. As you can see, I'm trying to make a dock right here, and I do leave that, but I tried to make a rounded end and that didn't work. It ended up looking kind of terrible, so I just went ahead and deleted it, left it like that rectangular shape, and then I placed a ladder and one of those canoes, those big boats in the water right next to it. And here I'm making a balcony. You can't use it unless, you make some changes to this build. It's a 1-story build. This is kind of just a little faux balcony. I didn't have enough room because of what I did with the roof. I added in a little sun kind of skylight area in the center, and the way that it worked out, I just did not... I didn't have enough room on the second floor to make a room or do anything that was actually interesting or valuable that your Sims could really use, so I just left it like that, but I think it looks okay. And here you're about to see me struggle a lot with the floor plan. It was rough, guys, and it's not even the floor plan that was the problem, it was the foundation. But here I am making that skylight. I put 3 gabled roofs together, and in the center one I just put the glass tiling, I guess you would call it, on the top area, so that gave a lovely little skylight into the living room, which was beautiful. But yeah, so like I said, I just didn't have enough room to do anything on the second floor because of that, which is why I just left it blank or empty. But feel free to change it if you want to. It's definitely, if you want to use this in your game, you get to change whatever you want. But here I am. You can see that, okay, these were my first issues. The stilt foundation. Let's talk about that because it kept disappearing, first of all. Every time I would change something, the stilts would disappear. And it was getting on my nerves, but I knew like that was what I wanted for this build and it only made sense. So I stuck with it. But now I'm about to get super frustrated with it. And thank God you couldn't hear my voice because I was not happy. I was yelling. I was so frustrated because here I am trying to make the floor plan. And every time I'm like, oh, I changed my mind on this and go to delete a room, I get the little red bubble that says, no, you can't. This foundation requires a room or 4 wall. I don't even know what it said. I was so annoyed though. So I had to like scratch that, back everything out, just press the like undo button a bunch of times. And then here I am trying to redo it because I knew that I wanted to keep the kitchen and living area very open. And it was not easy. It was rough. So, and then I was trying to make these walls diagonal, which was even like a bigger issue with this whole situation of the stilts, because I soon came to discover that it was the stilts causing this problem, and I was so frustrated. So you'll see, I think I just did it. I went back and just put a regular foundation on the house while I was working on the floor plan, because apparently that's like some glitch or something that, I don't know, I wish the Sims team would fix. I've never encountered it before, but then again, I don't build with the stilt foundation that often, so I guess I really wouldn't encounter it, But let me know if you guys have had this issue before and if there's any way to fix it, because that was a lot of trouble. I was very frustrated by the end of that. I'm pretty sure I had to take a little break because I was just so over it. But yeah, so here I am placing the windows, and I used all Island Living windows, I'm pretty sure. Most of the stuff in this build to this point is Island Living, if not all of it. So yeah, here we are working on the kitchen. I am using the Snowy Escape countertops. I wanted to use the Island Living ones, but they just really weren't like what the look that I was going for, I guess. I don't know. But I got to use this really big island. I never get to do that in my builds because typically my kitchens are just not big enough, I guess. I don't know. So I got to do it this time and I love it. It's so cute. Wow, I just love that so much. Who doesn't love a big island, But anyway, I just put down that red tile that I think is base game. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's just base game. So I wanted the kitchen to have tile and just be a little bit different from the rest of the build because I don't know, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to have like wood floors in a kitchen. But then again, my apartment definitely has wood floors right here. So, whatever. I just thought that the tile looked really good with the colors I was using and it just made sense. So that's why I did that. And then I'm placing those windows. I wanted to have a view. As you can see, the kitchen is open to the deck. So like, you could literally just walk outside, no doors, which I love. I think that's super cool and not a design that actually works in real life, to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of experience with that, but I don't know. I like it in The Sims, just not in real life. I have to have like some privacy and be able to close off, close my doors and whatever. But for the purpose of this build, it worked perfectly. And I used the Snowy Escapes fridge in this build to match the cabinets. And I was struggling to find a place to put the refrigerator because I didn't want it to like clip the windows, even though it ends up clipping that little tiny one on the right side of the back wall. But I didn't think that was an issue because those windows don't actually like give you much of a view. And you can't see inside through those windows from like the outside of the build, which is like my pet peeve. I hate when you look into a window and see like something clipping in it. I hate that. And I do it all the time, but I hate it when I go back and like look at it. So I went ahead and put it right there because that was really the only place I could go with that made any sense. And then right here, I'm playing with the idea of putting these curtains in front of those doors because if you haven't noticed, they are screen doors. I put those for both of the bathrooms and the bedrooms, which means like there's not much privacy in this house at all. But So I was playing with the idea of the curtains because I was like, well, that would be nice for them to close off and have their privacy while they're like bathing or showering or like using the bathroom or whatever they're doing. You know, I love my privacy, so I'm sure these Sims would too. And then I'm pretty sure I just plain forgot to go back and put the curtains in. So yeah. That might be a good idea for, you know, any of you to do if you do want to play with this house. It is on the gallery under my gallery ID, which is Birdie Builds. That's BYRDIE_BUILDS. It was on the gallery a few days ago, I think. So you might have to scroll just a little bit. It may be on the second row or something. I'm not sure. But anyway. Yeah, here I am working on the living area. I use that coffee table from Perfect Patio, or what is it? When I said that, that sounded super weird, but I think that's what it's called. And then the couch is from Island Living, and so are those little coconut chairs. And somebody else I watched called them coconut chairs, and I was like, that is perfect. That's exactly what they look like. So that's what I'm calling them from now on. But yeah, so I use those. And then just that little Island Living coffee table, or not coffee table, but just a little side table. And I use the lamp from Seasons, and then just those little base game leaf picture frames just to fill up some of the wall space. And then here I go and put a base game bookshelf. And I did that because I didn't put a TV in this build, or a computer actually. I kind of imagined that this family was just moving from San Myshuno and they were trying to just unplug and relax and get away from everything. So there is like really no like, I don't know. The computer, you might have to go in and add. I know that whenever I play, it's super necessary for me to have a computer because you just do so much with it. So I'm sure you could find a place in this build though, maybe in the bedrooms or whatever. So anyway, here we are at the master bedroom, which I built thinking that they were going to have a teenage daughter, and then I forgot that it was only a 2-bedroom build, and I didn't want to let go of my little twin girls room because I love that room. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? It's kind of colorful. It's kind of bright. It's kind of like a little bit feminine in my opinion, but it's okay because maybe the wife just like built this house, or like she was in charge of interior decorating or something. And she designed it how she liked, and the husband just went along with it. But anyway, that was my like reasoning for this. And then I got so frustrated with this part of the video because I had to actually build everything from here on out twice. So I don't even know why, but my recording ended up like at this point, or it's about to happen, but it ended up turning into stills. Like there was no motion. It was like it was buffering, but it wasn't. And I got so frustrated because I didn't realize this until I built the whole thing, and then I went back and was editing the video that I realized this, and I was like, oh no. So I had to go back and redo both bedrooms and both bathrooms. Thankfully, the landscaping and everything was fine, and like the deck, which is super weird, but I don't know. So anyway, you're going to see some things probably go on the wall twice, like that dresser that I placed in the bathroom. I definitely go back and replace it in this video. So sorry about that. I hope that's not like too bothersome, but it's just the way it happened. So I put that little fishing net up on the window thinking like, oh, that'll be kind of like a curtain, which there's no privacy with that, but I thought it was cute, so I went with it. And then I sized up those skateboards from Parenthood to make them look kind of like surfboards, which I don't know if they do or not. When I showed my mom and my boyfriend, they were like, oh, surfboards. I was like, oh, perfect. You guys thought it was. Cool. But anyway, so here I am. This is where I had to re-record the whole video. So I was like trying to really like remember what I had done because I kind of forgot to look before I like tore the room down and destroyed everything. Like, what had I done? So if the gallery may be a little tiny bit different from this video, just like very minute details, but hey, I mean, you can always go back and put whatever you want back there if it's like really bothersome or you really hate the way that like I have it in the gallery. I think they're pretty similar though. So anyway, here I am putting a lamp from Snowy Escapes and a little journal, because I think that's like a really good way for them to get through those emotions, like when they're very anxious or very tense, I think is what it is. I'm pretty sure that they can write in the journal to like get through those emotions, which is very useful so that they don't die whenever they're too emotional, which is crazy, but you know, whatever. So here we are at the twin girls room, which I love this room. It's kind of simple, but I think it's just like your typical like girls room. So I put a red or like orangey color bed and then a blue one, and I kind of imagine that maybe the twins were like a little bit, had like different personalities, you know. So I think that the blue side is more feminine, and then maybe the twin who has the red side is kind of more like into surfing or like skateboarding or something, is wants to just be like I don't know, one of the guys, you know. And I really like that idea. And then here I am just cluttering it up. I put down the like kids clutter from the Parenthood pack because I always put that in my builds because kids are messy. And I mean, I relate to that because I'm kind of messy, but you know, I guess that just makes sense to me. And then I put some skateboards up there and some makeup for the girlier girl. And then I put that, I think that's the Discover University mirror. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But anyway, I'm replacing those open windows in the bathrooms. And then this is the daughter's room, bathroom. I put just a little shower in there. And then that Sulani picture, again, I put that also in the parents' room. But it's such a pretty picture. And the bathrooms were kind of simple. I put some towels, toilet paper roll, because I feel like that's necessary, even though it's not, but it kind of is for me. But anyway, and then I put the hamper with the dirty laundry that's not in the hamper, because kids don't do that. Kids like just throw their clothes everywhere. And yeah, so that's about it for that one. And then here we are at the parents' room, and they actually have a bathtub, which I think is super pretty, and I kind of love it. It's right next to this open window, and I have curtains there that I imagine they could just close if they want privacy. But I didn't worry about it too much because I feel like their lot that they live on is pretty low-key and like just quiet. They don't have many people walking around, especially not at that part like where the water is. Hopefully not anyway, so yeah. And then I just placed that dresser for the second time. Sorry about that. I put some clutter up there, like a hamper of folded clothes, and then just some folded towels, and I think a towel rack also that I put another towel on or something like that. And then here we are at the landscaping. I saved this for last, and I actually forgot to press record whenever I started this, so I went into the debug menu and put down those like lava rock paths, and it's really like just 4 of those paths that I like put together to make it look like one big path. But yeah, so I put down those like bushes with the red or pink flowers, and then some of the island living grass. I don't know how to pronounce that, what it's called, so I'm not even gonna try. But and then I also mixed that grass with just, I think it's the base game like tall grass, just to give it a little bit more texture. I put a palm tree on the side and another little kind of pink flowery bush, and then some debug fences from Island Living. And they don't actually close off the property because that was, would not be possible with the water and all. I just thought it looked cute. It has no real purpose, but, whatever, aesthetic, I guess. And then I think I put a bench on the front porch in a little bit, maybe not here, but I will. Oh, and right here I'm just putting in some more colorful, like those little, I think they're called volcano flowers, and the white swatch of those like begonias. It's supposed to be white. They do not look white, like looking back at the video. They kind of look gray, or I don't know. They don't look white though, and it's kind of annoying because that was the whole point. I wanted it to really break up like the green. And it looks fine. It's not like ugly or anything. And then you'll just see I placed the trash can. And I always forget trash cans, so I'm very proud of myself for remembering that one. And here I am working on the deck. I put a barbecue pit and a picnic table with an umbrella for shade in that little corner right there. And sorry guys, I'm kind of getting hoarse. This is like the third time I do this voiceover, so sorry. I put the little sun tanning like lounging chairs, I guess they're called, right there on the edge like of the dock. And I love those. They're such a pretty color. Oh my gosh, I wish I had some. Oh, and here I am just cluttering now. I didn't do this when I actually built the kitchen just because I wasn't ready to, honestly. I wanted to kind of get a vision of what the entire build looked like before I put too much clutter. But here I am just really, I don't think I did too much. The Snowy Escape countertops really allow you to put a lot and get away with a lot of clutter without it looking too messy, which I love because I'm very big on clutter, which I feel like most builders are. Like, the more clutter the better, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. I'm looking through the debug menu, and I'm also just I'm pulling some of those, I think they're like oil bottles or maybe wine bottles. I'm not 100% sure what they are. I use them in almost all of my builds to put on the countertops, which I'm doing right here. And the more the merrier, honestly. I put so many in some builds, and maybe I do go overboard sometimes, but I think that I did the perfect amount here. And I don't think I put a microwave in this kitchen either, so you might want to add that. I don't know. I don't always play with a microwave, but I feel like it's kind of helpful. So here I am just putting some bases. Those bases are for Eco Lifestyle, and then I'm changing the color of that little like ledge top of the half wall. And then I'm still looking for clutter. I wanted to put a lot of stuff in the shelves just to look like it's very lived in, and that you know, these people have 2 kids, their life's kind of probably hectic, and maybe they just moved, so they're like still trying to figure out where everything goes and just kind of like shoving everything in the storage areas. That little box that I just placed is from the camping game pack. I'm not sure what it's called at the moment. And I put that knife block down, which I think is from base game. And then I grab some more clutter, and eventually I put a paper towel roll up top by the little bowl of fruits. But yeah, so there it is. There's the paper towel roll. So I placed that, and then I think that's it for the clutter. And then I'm going to go back and rework some of this. I put a bench by the barbecue pit so that they can kind of talk and relax. And I thought about putting a little fire ring type thing, which you're going to see me kind of playing with. But I didn't know if that was a good idea, considering that like this is a wooden deck. And I guess it doesn't matter in The Sims. I don't really know. But like realistically, I was like, I don't think that's a good idea, so I didn't put it. And then I put some little planters down for your Sims to be able to garden a little bit. Maybe they want to like grow their own foods, like fruits and veggies. And then I just put some planters down at the entrance. And here I am putting some little floaties down in the water for them to suntan. I love having my Sims get a suntan. It's super fun. And now I'm just finishing up the landscaping. I didn't think it went far enough. I wanted it to like basically go into the water, which is what I did. And I do like it much better this way. But anyway, we're almost onto the screenshot, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!